Anyone who predicts that Thailand will be out of the woods with the COVID situation within weeks is seriously deluded, but the country's working very hard. A quick look around the world, though, shows it would be a unique and impossible scenario to resolve the situation within days. Instead, it's going to take months. But on Wednesday, we saw just 157 new confirmed cases nationally, 132 of which were local transmissions within the community, much lower than the counts of even a week ago. Here in our own province, Sriracha, adjacent to Banglamung, saw 9 new cases. Our own area of Banglamung, including Pattaya, reported just 4, and Chonburi City saw 1. This on a day, though, when a temporary setback may cause delays to plans for inoculations here, as the Chinese-developed vaccine, which is planned for much of the treatment here, has been knocked back by scientists elsewhere in the world, as its effectiveness, previously claimed to be high, appears to be just around the 50% mark, whilst others which are being approved are scoring 80 to 95%. It appears that the Chinese have a little more work to do to make their vaccine viable. That in itself could cause long delays to treatment for the general population here. His Majesty the King of Thailand has ordered the speedy completion of 7 more so-called biosafety mobile units. They're mobile trucks that test locals for COVID. This after the initial royal donation of some 13 similar vehicles mid-last year. Manned by medical health professionals, they tour regions, do testing, and they're also sent to areas where there's a high COVID count, carrying out free testing and allowing more accurate evaluation of situations. The single issue here appears to be the numbers tested, as they'll always be proportionate to the daily case numbers. His Majesty has also donated medical equipment to various hospitals nationwide. In the capital, the Klong Toi market has been closed for 3 days from yesterday after a vendor there tested positive. He's also reported to be asymptomatic and so unaware that he was even sick, yet still a carrier. The phone apps that are being used are working for sure, and in more and more cases where one person, such as in this case, is found to have the virus, phone app checks by the authorities have enabled them to quickly contact others who've been in the same vicinity. The less invasive Thai Chana app, which is in English as well as Thai, is easy to use and will offer you far faster potential notifications than writing your name on a sheet of paper outside a business when you enter. The Fab team have been using it for a week now. It takes under 20 seconds to register a visit and you click it again when you leave. The State Railway of Thailand has reduced advance bookings and introduced a system whereby only half of the seats on the reduced number of trains running are sold, this enabling better social distancing. Booking a train ticket online as opposed to waiting until you reach the station will ensure that you do have a ticket for your journey and are not turned away from any of the busier trains. In the capital, a rented house was raided this week, revealing one of many operations reported around the country that see people collecting used medical gloves and recycling them for sale. What they actually do is dye the old gloves either pink or green to make them look like more professional gloves and then remarket them. Since these are used for all types of operations, from food handling to medical operations, the danger is high to users who are unlikely to know that what they're buying is second-hand. It is best to buy from pharmacies and stores in sealed boxes from recognised manufacturers. And in other news, after 7 people spread around the capital died from taking an illegal drug being marketed by dealers, police have issued arrest warrants for some known dealers, but have yet to trace the source. Now, this new drug is known as K-Milk, or in Thai, K-Nom Pong. 3 others are on life support as the drug has been revealed to contain ketamine, heroin, methamphetamine and sleeping medication. And despite all that, it's being pushed by the scum that sell drugs. Anyone who's in that scene is advised to avoid it. Meanwhile, at home and in Pattaya, the unusually silent city has seen police raiding more and more bars and massage shops that are opening illegally. Usually reported by members of the public, often competitors who've abided by the rules, these businesses face huge fines and permanent closure. It simply isn't worth it. Worse though, it appears that a small minority, are reporting businesses who open legally, often due to previous grudges, but wasting police time. It's the law here that anyone who reports a crime can be named to the alleged perpetrator, so those who are causing problems could well face less than popularity in the city that's got enough problems without them adding to it. Our appeal for help in keeping Fabulous 103 FM and our news service going through the crisis has been well received by many listeners, and to them a huge thank you. Dented Pride here saw us delay the idea of coming out with the begging bowl. However, Pride doesn't pay the bills, and yesterday's launch of the appeal has seen us already raise enough to pay the electricity bill for another month. Please, if you enjoy anything about our station and want to donate, visit gogetfunding.com and search for Fabulous 103. After all, we are your radio station. And with the reminder mitts, masks and meters, wash your hands, wear a mask and keep social distancing, and the Met Office promising a very chilly day, highs of 28 dropping down to 17, and a good time to buy a winter jacket. That is the local and national news from Fab FM. For videos and of course to keep up with Fabulous Pattaya, visit alwayspattaya.com.